So I thought would do a very short video on Google Earth and Google Maps. So I was having a bit of a look at this, and it bloody looks great. I have to admit, for some strange reason, there's a shaded spot on the side, which is unfortunate. But it does make it does make you understand the way day and night sort of works on this sort of planet. Yeah, so you can certainly zoom in to any particular height. It does say that the camera height is at like 1,900 kilometers above the Earth, and it's also got our particular position as well. Now, one thing I found is that if you hold down your scroller on the mouse, you can pitch it over to be able to represent what sort of view you might be seeing. And so I could set myself to say 300 kilometers high, and I could see what it would look like basically from the ISS. So you could almost go over Cairo if you wanted to, and look at the way you would assume to be. Let's see, about 586. Let's go down a little bit. Okay, 406 kilometers high. So this should be the way the ISS would see Cairo as it is flying over. So that should be the way that it peels over Africa. And so as you can see, it still does look quite high. That's consistent for 400 kilometers. So as I'm pulling on it, it's actually pulling over. This is exactly the way that the ISS should be seeing things, because I'm staying consistent 400 kilometers high. And as you can see here, where have we gone? There's the bottom of South America right there. So yeah, so this is the way Google Earth works, and it's pretty good like that. So they've even done some fancy clouds on there just for a bit of show. Now, when I click on here, I notice that you can turn on your grid lines. So that might also help when you want to go out there and align anything. So you can find out, Melbourne's at 35 south mark, and like I did in that video before, got 20 degrees east. So that's this line up here, and that goes up through Libya, and then it goes up through Sweden, and then it goes over to the other side. Whoop, gotta flip over to the other side. And we got, 160 degrees. As you can see, it goes to Hawaii, goes to Alaska right here, and it goes all the way down to the Cook Islands, just like what I showed in that previous video. So that's really good from that perspective. And when we go over to Google Maps, most people sometimes are presented with this flat appearance on Google Maps, where everything looks like it's just simply just flattened out in a sort of a like a paper sort of like model here. But if you actually go over to where, see that the part over on the far left here hand side here where you can hit the satellite, if you hover over it, you can go over and then click on more. And of course, most people are pretty used to hitting the traffic one, because it gives you street view. But down the bottom you can hit globe view, so you can actually turn the way they did that. It's crazy. It just pulls it in, and so you can turn it into a globe model pretty easily with that setup. So no need to worry about it being consistently flat. If you've been struggling to break it off this particular mode, that's how you put it on. And one thing that I find handy as well from this perspective is sometimes we like to go and we like to figure out how far away something is over the water. Some people like to say that some things are too far to see, and I would probably agree with them to a certain degree. But what you can do is you can hover over something, you can go measure distance, and then over here, over near Beirut, what we'll do is we'll right click again, distance to here. And so you can set that sort of thing. So as the bird flies, you'll be able to find exactly how far something is. So this, for instance, was 196 kilometers across. So you can use that sort of detail, and of course it's written down here too. You can use that sort of detail to go out there and do whatever assessments you like. So that's a quick one on that. So that's Google Earth and Google Maps.